I'm joined by Vipin Kumar Saxena, Chairman and Managing Director of Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. Congratulations on the listing of the company, sir.
Thank you so much.
Let me begin by asking you, when we look at the financial performance of the company, there has been some concern as the revenue has been declining over the years, and so has, operationally the company has been making losses. How do you see that turning around in the future?
I must tell you that the past, what you are seeing normally and talking about last 5 years, but if you see that FY 17-18, the company has made a complete turnaround in terms of the financials. The top line has gone up by 33%, the bottom line has gone up by 650%. So this is a phase when I would say there's a new era, new phase which we are starting, altogether new chapter in the warship building of the company. We have taken a lot of measures based on the lessons learned in the past. We have got a completely new technologies. We have got a new shipbuilding facility, which is modern shipbuilding integrated construction facility. And also we have got a capacity of 20 warships constructions. And also we have got a very modern kind of a design department, very experienced design department. We are going to be adopting 3D modeling techniques. So all these things, and of course a very, very strong order book, 20,300 crore, which was not the case earlier. So we have got a huge order book, huge capacity, very modern infrastructure. So it's a new era, that's what I'm saying that. Therefore I've got a complete belief and faith and confidence that my company is poised to do very well in the coming years.
Sure, sir. So when we talk about the growth in the net profit, a lot of it could be attributed to the higher other income. Also, when we look at the company, how do you see going forward the revenue and profit growing on a purely, top line and bottom line direction? If you can help us understand what would the growth be like?
As I said that the company has already turned around 17-18 and the kind of order book which we are now executing. In fact, 17 Alpha project, which is for the stealth missile frigates, 3 in number, which has got a 19,300 crores on the order book amongst this 20,300 crore. So there's a huge one, and for that construction has just commenced. And therefore, as per the build plan of these 3 major warships, we are now going to move forward constructing these ships. We are very much ahead of schedule as far as the construction of these ships are concerned in 17-18 itself. And as per the build plan, the first stealth missile frigate is to be delivered by 2023, mid-August, and 1 year interval thereafter, all the 3 ships. So by 2025, 7.5 years from now, I have to complete the construction of all these 3 stealth missile frigates. So 20,300 crore order book, and the way we are going to move forward in 7.5 years, you can make out that what would be my top line. The top line has to be, I have to complete this. Yeah, the growth would be, I would say, quite substantial. Year on year from now, it will be quite good. I would say in terms of top line as well as bottom line. We are also taking a lot of measures in improving the internal efficiencies in the shipyard to ensure that the earlier concept which I said, the shipbuilding, which was having some kind of issues and delays, etc. The modern now design aspects, etc. All these things are going to help us a lot. Plus, we are actually having a lot of steps taken to improve the internal efficiency of the shipyard. So that is going to help us to improve my bottom line substantially.
Do you think that kind of improving the material cost and the employee costs as well, because those have also been some of the operational concerns because of which there have been losses in the past?
Yes, so all these things I said are the lesson learned, the old era of working. It was a DPSU shipyard. Now we're getting listed. More, I would say, accountability, more transparency will have to come in. We have to change to the suiting to the environment. We have to align with the new processes, and towards that, a lot of steps have been taken by the company.
So going forward, what would you be bidding for more contracts in the future? And also, if you can help us understand in the past, what has been the average annual order inflow?
I would like to say in the warship building, it's not that every year you get something, because the gestation period of the major warship is quite long. So therefore the orders which comes up is not that every 6 months or 1 year it comes. But the good news is that apart from 20,300 crores of the order book which is yet to be executed, we have become the L1 for the 2 important projects of the Indian Navy. One is for the construction of survey vessel large 4 in numbers, which is around 2,500 crores worth of the project. And as my PNC is already over, and shortly the contract negotiations completed and the draft contract making is in progress, I'm quite sure that in just coming weeks we should be signing that particular contract. We are also the lowest bidder for construction of 8 survey vessel ASW shallow water craft. which is around 5,500 crore worth of the project for 8 ships. That is also PNC is already over, and we expect that once the approval process gets over at the MOD, we should be signing this contract also by year end. So these are two important contracts where we are right now, although it is not yet signed, but surely it will be signed in next 3 to 4 months' time.
And how long will it take you to complete the existing orders of the over 20,000 crore that you've talked about?
So when I say that these 20,300 crores order, in that we have got 4 ongoing projects of the Navy and the Coast Guard, which constitutes around total 13 ships. And the 13 ships, 3 are for the 17 Alpha, which I told you, missile frigates, which will be, the 3 ships will get eventually delivered from 2023 to 2025. All 3 will get delivered. 10 ships, we have got the plan to deliver by 2019 December. They are the ongoing, they are different stages of advanced stage of construction. In fact, 1 ship out of this 10 I have already delivered on 28th of September, which I promised to all the investors into my road shows that we will complete delivery of this warships, and I have met that. So 13 ships, 12 ships now, and 9 will get delivered by December 2019. Now, when these 2 contracts will get signed, that means 12 warships will be having with us, new ones, plus 3 stealth missile frigate, 15 warships. And as per the plans, by December, in case both my contracts get signed, and this ongoing P-17 Alpha project, so 12 plus 3, 15 warships. By 2026 early, I have to complete delivery. So this order book, you can see that it is going to go up substantially from 20,300 crores, plus these 2 orders getting signed. We'll be crossing 28,000 plus crores. Plus all other diversified segments are there with us. So they are going to be doing quite well. Thus, we have taken the measures to do well as well in those 2 engineering division as well as regional engineering division also.
Talking about the contractual arrangement that Garden Reach has with the government, most of these are fixed price contracts. Would you in future like to change that model, or how do you plan to, is that a material risk to the company? Also, when we talk about one other part to the question would be, is there a cap on the profit margin on the contracts that you get from Indian Navy?
Yeah, when the contracts are signed on the nomination basis, you get a 7.5% profit margin, which is fixed, which is for 17 Alpha stealth missile frigate. But other 2 contracts where we become the lowest bidder, there it's a competitive bidding. And it is our strategy as to what will be my profit margin. So in coming years, if it comes on a competitive basis, it's you who are going to decide, company will decide what will the profit margins going forward. So it will be the strategy, internal efficiencies that is going to make sure that how much further you're able to improve your bottom line, the way you are going to operate the company, we are going to get various operations done. So that will be totally internal strategies which we'll be adopting.
Talking about internal strategies, then any plans of entering the ship repairing business, considering that is a high margin business?
Yes. You are very, very right. You are very right. You see that we have already delivered 97 warships to the Navy and Coast Guard. So we are the manufacturers of the warships. So far, we have not really focused in a big manner, but certainly we have the plans. We have opened a department, a division itself for the ship repairs and ship refits for Navy and the Coast Guard, and we are going to pitching very strongly on that because it provides a good margins and a faster revenue generation. So it's a very interesting vertical, and we are going to be focusing on this as well.
How do you plan this?
Because see, now we will be talking to the Navy and the Coast Guard, and being the manufacturer of the ships, we are in a strong position to ask them to declare us the OEM of that. And since we have got a complete wherewithal, complete designs and knowledge, what you said?
Any finality on those?
And I would say that we are actually delivering 8 LCU landing craft utility ships. That is a project of the Indian Navy. And all these 8 ships, 5 we have already delivered to the Navy. And these ships will be based at Port Blair, Andaman Nicobar Command, which is far-flung area. There they are keenly looking at us to give them the support. Refit, repairs, overhauling of these warships will be done by us. So discussions are already on, and we do hope that we should be getting some contracts signed with the Indian Navy in a short while. We cannot say that because discussions are on, but we feel that we are in a very strong position because we are the manufacturer and they badly need this kind of support from us. So we hope that, so that will be the beginning of thing. We are already having the Ministry of Home Affairs, we have supplied 88 in number fast interceptor boats to them. They are 5 and 12 tons of the boat. They are deployed in 7 coastal states. We are already having the AMC contract with these boats, which is in the very, I would say 15 to 20 crore is the turnover which comes from these AMCs. But the warships when we take on, it will be much more bigger in the coming years.
So two last questions. One on if you have any plans on entering the commercial shipbuilding space, considering 90% of your contracts are from the Indian Navy and Coast Guard.
I must tell you very frankly that as far as the GRC is concerned, we are got a huge expertise on the warship building, and therefore, and this actually provides us, this is our core competency. So we feel that we are better placed in the warship building. But yes, we are also trying to focus on the export of the warships, which is a very interesting part as well, and we have got huge expertise. We are already in dialogue with a lot of friendly foreign countries, and they have seen our products, and I think in a lot of places we are likely to have something fructifying. So in the coming years, those things also will be our focus area. So refit repairs, there are some of the Southeast Asian countries, West Asian countries, African countries, and Latin American countries. So there are some targeted countries we are focusing both on G2G basis and the B2B basis also. So we do hope that, see, warship building contracts are a little longer, it takes a little longer, the big ones, not small ones. So we hope that when we persistently push forward for that, we should have something happening.
So one last question. You have a high cash on your cash flow on your books of 1,000 crore. And what would be your capex plan? And would there be any buyback plans to, I mean, how do you utilize that cash then?
I must say that there's a kind of misperception which is actually prevailing about the cash and bank balance, etc. Actually, in a warship building, it is a kind of a stage payment which we get when we sign the contract against certain deliverables, and these are the ones which will be used by us for advance ordering of the various equipment and also buying some of the things. Coming to the capex part for 17 Alpha major stealth missile frigates, we have to develop a lot of capabilities in terms of getting the latest software, PDM, PLM, which is a very 25 odd crores is the cost of software. We have got Aviamarine software. We have got a very special facility. Like this facility which has come up in the shipyard integrated modular construction facility, that has come at the cost of 605 crores of the capex we have spent. So capex in any case would be spent when we take on these new warships orders as well as 17 Alpha. So we have the plans in hand to spend the capex. So in next 3 to 4 years time, we intend to have the capex around in the range of 200 plus crores that will be spent in building further our capacity as well as modernizing the existing infrastructure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saxena, for speaking to Bloomberg Quint.
Thank you so much.